Hi folks, this is Ajay Vikram. In this video, I will explain about types of shares. And in previous video, I have explained about financial market and types of financial market and what do you mean by capital market and types of capital, primary market, secondary market. In this video, we have saw in previous video. In this video, I will explain about types of shares. Let me go one by one. First, I will explain about bearer share. What is mean by bearer share? Bearer share is a equity security, but there is a little difference between ordinary share and this bearer share, because the bearer share will get their security in the form of physical stock certificate, because no one will get physical stock certificate, but in this bearer share will get their physical stock certificate. Such instruments are no longer traded actually, because it was misused by funding AML, or misused by terrorism, criminal affairs. Sometimes it may occur. So most of the countries were almost stopped their bearer shares. And next one is DVR share. DVR share, in the name itself, differential voting rate. They have the differential voting rate and differential dividend rate. For example, if you buy the ordinary share, you will get 1:1 voting rate. If you have a one share, you will get one voting rate. But in DVR share, if you own 10 shares, then you will get one voting rate. And one more thing is, they get DVR shares, they will get very less dividend comparatively ordinary shares. In these DVR share is mostly useful for only retail investors, because who really wants to make a profit out of it. Profit in the sense capital appreciation. They don't expect any dividend from the company. They just want to make a capital appreciation. The most of the retail investors objective is to make a capital appreciation, and they don't want to indulge with the management, organization management. They just want to make a profit. Mostly these types of retail investors are invested in DVR shares. For example, if the Tata Motor is in recently they were issued a DVR share for Tata Motors. The current market price of Tata Motors is 400 plus, and they were issuing a company DVR share for just 218. This is a comparison between ordinary share versus DVR share. And let me move on to deferred share. It is one of the quite interesting topic. Deferred share is, it is a part of ordinary share. Deferred shares are, the dividend are deferred until the company is achieving certain milestones. After achieving their 100 crores, after achieving some completion of years, like after completion of 10 years, 15 years, they will give some dividend to their shareholders. And the company board of director, discretion of board of director, they really want to acknowledge, or they want to declare to the market or the shareholders, then only it is valuable. This is called as generally deferred share. Deferred share. Next we will move on preferential share. Preferential share means the preferential shareholder will get preferential right over ordinary share. For if the company is getting into bankruptcy, the preferential shares or shareholders are entitled to get from company's asset over ordinary share. For example, if the company is getting bankruptcy or liquidation, the preferential shareholders have the right to get the preferential from company's asset after they will liquidating those company's asset, and they are giving back to their shareholders and other liabilities. Before ordinary shares, they will first give to preferential shareholders, then only they will after remaining amount they will give to ordinary shareholders. This is the difference between ordinary and preferential shareholders under the meaning of preferential shares. And let me go by types of preferential shares, because there are 8 types of preferential share: cumulative, non-cumulative, convertible, non-convertible, redeemable, non-redeemable, participating, non-participating. Actually, this is a very little difference in each and every topic. See, cumulative, non-cumulative. In the word itself, it will say cumulative means if the company is making a profit for current year, they will get their profit for current year. But if the company is not making a profit for current year, but they are making a profit next year, they have to give their dividends to shareholder for this year plus previous year. This is called as cumulative preference share. And non-cumulative preference share is, it is a little vice versa. See, they are giving plus this year plus previous year. But if the company is not making a sufficient profit in the current year, but they won't give their they won't accumulate those unpaid shares, unpaid dividends, and they will postpone to next year. They won't do that. Just they will pay for the current year profit. They won't postpone to the previous year. This is called as non-cumulative. Cumulative means they will give profit for current year, plus if the previous year they are not giving dividends to their shareholders, they will give. In non-cumulative, they will give profit for only current year. They won't take for any years. If the company is making a profit for current year, they will give. This is the difference between cumulative and non-cumulative. Next, convertible, non-convertible. If the preferential shareholders are making um, after, actually preferential shares are have a fixed maturity date. If the after the maturity date, the preferential shareholders will have the right, but not the obligation, but they have the right to convert those preference shares to ordinary shares or ordinary equity. They have the right. But in non-convertible preference share, they won't have any rights to convert after the maturity date. They don't have the rights to convert preference shares to ordinary shares. This is a little difference between convertible and non-convertible. And one more is redeemable, non-redeemable. Redeemable means the company will redeem their shares once, preference shares, once the company's purpose is satisfied or fulfilled, either with the fixed maturity of time, date, or called up by the company. This is also called as callable shares, preference shares. This is a redeemable share. And non-redeemable means if the company do not have the right to redeemed or repaid to their preference shareholders unless the company is in the bankruptcy or liquidation. This is generally called as non-redeemable preference shares. And last one is participating and non-participating. If the company is making profit for making a surplus profit, but generally the company will give if the company is making profit, they will give dividends to their shareholders. But if the company is making surplus profit plus dividend, plus after giving some amount to shareholders and other liabilities, they, after getting some surplus profit, they will divide those profit and they will give to their participating preference share. But in non-participating, they won't give any surplus profit, but they will give their fixed dividend. They won't give plus any surplus dividends. They just eligible to receive their fixed dividend. This is generally called as non-participating preference share. This is the key difference between participating and non-participating. Participating means surplus profit plus dividend. Non-participating means just they will get dividend. If you want to know more about stocks or shares or banking videos or some other related to finance, I will actually making a series of financial markets. If you're really interested in those stuffs, just follow my channel, smash the subscribe button, and if your friends are very interested in finance video, just share to this video because it will be so helpful for them. Thank you.